Against the bill. Republican Senator Jim DeMint, author of Saving Freedom, is probably very happy to hear from his Democratic colleagues that they're waiting. Senator DeMint, thank you very much for joining us for Happy Hour, first of all.
Well, thank you, and it is good news that they're at least going to give us time to read this bill if we ever see it.
Now, I saw on your YouTube from DeMint.com, you had a YouTube video there talking about your version of health care reform. So just so we're clear here, because, you know, the Democrats are getting all the credit, I put my fingers up in quotes, for initiating the health care reform. And they're saying that Republicans don't want anything. You're just saying no to any health care reform. You're just going to let our costs continue to go up with basically lousy coverage. But you do want some health care reform.
Well, I've been in Congress and Senate for 10 years. I've introduced major legislation for health care reform. Every year I've been in the Senate. When the president was in the Senate, he voted against every health care reform bill that would have made health insurance more competitive and more affordable and more available. And it makes me question whether or not he really wants health care reform as much as he wants government control of health care.
You know, Senator DeMint, I think a lot of the issue for a lot of people, most of America agrees. We should provide health care for some sector of the society. We do need to have some sort of change in the system as it is right now. But what most everybody's freaking out about, at least from my end, whether it's the Republicans that are putting together a bill that a bunch of lobbyists wrote, or whether it's the Democrats putting together a bill that a bunch of lobbyists wrote, it's still a bunch of lobbyists who wrote the bill. How do we fight that itself?
Well, we have to focus on individual Americans, moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, make sure that they can make their own health care decision. They can choose between many policies, they can pick their own doctors.
But lobbyists are going to be the ones who are writing it, even if it's a Republican bill. Can you speak to that? Can you guarantee us that lobbyists will not have any input in the bill that you guys put together?
I wrote a bill and introduced it 3 weeks ago called the Health Care Freedom Bill, and not one lobbyist inputted into that. This is all about getting individual Americans insured with policies they can afford and own and keep. It's only 80 pages. It would work. I know. I worked in health care for years, and I had my own small business. I've bought health care, and I know what we need to do to get health insurance in the hands of people who don't have it now.
And Senator DeMint, we can't let you go without asking you about your Waterloo comment, and that if President Obama isn't able to pass this bill, that it would be his Waterloo. A lot of criticism out there saying that you actually helped him out by making this comment, and you played right into their hand. Would you take back that comment at all?
No, we've got to stop the president on this issue. He's an out-of-control train right now on spending and debt and government takeovers. We got to stop him on this issue. It has nothing to do with him or politics. It has everything to do with very bad policy. The government should not run our health care system.
And what about the public health plan? You're completely against that. I mean, this seems to be something similar to Medicare, Social Security. Why are you so against that for a small segment of the population? We already do it for children.
Well, we don't want Americans to be forced into a Medicaid-style plan. Now, what this plan will do is cause 80 million Americans who have insurance to lose it, because small employers will start dumping their health insurance plan because the cost of this government plan is going to be shifted onto them. We don't need a government plan to create a competitive market. We just need to allow Americans to buy health insurance anywhere in the country. If we do that, we'll have dozens, if not hundreds, of health insurance companies competing for our business.
Senator Jim DeMint, please do come back and debate this with us more. I'm worried, as Sandra is, that you've been providing cover for the bad guys out there, Republican and Democrat. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot.